Before you think about quitting, I want you to picture something. Imagine the person you'll become 5 years from now, stronger, wiser, and finally living the life you dreamed of. Now imagine that same person watching you right now, silently hoping you won't give up. Because every time you think about stopping, your future self is whispering, "Don't quit, I'm counting on you." There will come a moment when you'll be tired of trying, tired of waiting, tired of failing. You'll start to wonder if all the effort is even worth it. But here's the truth. That exact moment is the turning point. It's where your story changes. You're not stuck, you're being shaped. The pain you're feeling isn't a signal to quit. It's proof that you're still in the fight. Because the moment you walk away, you don't just give up on today. You give up on the version of you that's waiting on the other side of your persistence. Your future self is watching every decision you make right now, watching how you handle pressure, how you respond when things don't go your way, how you show up when no one's clapping. That version of you, the one who finally made it, exists because you chose not to quit today. Every step, every failure, every comeback is creating that person. You owe it to them to keep going. It's easy to stay committed when life feels good, but the real test comes when everything feels heavy. That's where most people stop, right before the breakthrough. The ones who keep pushing, even when it hurts, are the ones who discover what they're truly made of. Progress doesn't happen overnight. It's built in silence, one choice at a time. You might not see it yet, but every little effort adds up. Every day you don't quit, you're building a stronger, braver version of yourself. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're supposed to struggle, to learn, to fail, and to rise again. Every successful person you admire has faced the same crossroads, the choice to give up or keep fighting. The difference is, they listened to that quiet voice inside that said, "Not yet." You have that same voice. Listen to it, because your future self is depending on it. When you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. Look back at how far you've come, not how far you have to go. You didn't come this far to stop here. You've survived things that once felt impossible. And if you can survive that, you can survive this too. So take a deep breath, square your shoulders, and move forward. One step, one day, one choice at a time. Your future self is watching. Make them proud. Every decision you make today is creating a ripple in your future. The person you're becoming isn't built in some distant moment of success. They were being built right now in the quiet choices you make every single day. The way you handle disappointment, the way you push through fear, the way you keep going when no one is watching. That's what shapes your future self. It's easy to forget that who you will become depends entirely on what you choose to do right now. Your habits, your mindset, your effort, all of it is adding up to something far bigger than you can currently see. You might not feel the results yet, but every ounce of effort you put in today is laying the groundwork for the person you'll one day thank for not giving up. Think about your future self as someone real, someone watching you, counting on you. They're waiting for you to make the hard choices, to stay disciplined when you'd rather give in, to stay patient when everything feels stuck. Every time you push forward, you're doing it for them. The path you walk today is paving the road for their success. You might not see the reward now, but your future self will. One day they'll look back at the sacrifices you made, the pain you endured, and the discipline you built, and they'll whisper, "Thank you." Your future self doesn't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be consistent. They don't need you to have all the answers. They need you to take the next step. Every day you choose growth over comfort, you're strengthening that version of yourself. You're building confidence through action and clarity through persistence. You're learning lessons that will protect them from future pain. You're doing the work that will make their life easier, freer, and more fulfilled. And though you can't see them yet, they're there, waiting at the finish line, ready to meet the version of you who refused to quit. When things get hard and you're tempted to stop, remember that quitting doesn't just affect today, it affects the future. When you quit, you're not just giving up on a goal, you're giving up on the version of yourself who needed you to stay strong. But when you push through, you're giving them something priceless, pride. You're giving them a life built on effort, resilience, and self-respect. So when you feel like it's too much, when the road feels too long and the progress feels invisible, remind yourself that you're not doing this just for now. You're doing it for who you'll become. Every small step forward, every decision to try again, every moment you rise after falling, It's all shaping a future where you can stand tall and say, I made it. Your future self is watching, waiting for you to believe that the struggle today is the investment in tomorrow. Keep going because the person you're becoming is worth every ounce of effort you give today. Pain is the undeniable sign that you're alive, that you're in motion, that you're still fighting for something that matters. It's not a punishment, it's a signal. It tells you that you're pushing past the limits of comfort, and that's exactly where growth happens. Every person who's ever achieved something meaningful has walked through the fire of discomfort, confusion, and doubt. What separates those who make it from those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's their relationship with pain. They understand that pain is part of the process, that every struggle is carving them into someone stronger, someone wiser, someone unstoppable. When you feel pain, emotional, physical, or mental, it's easy to assume something is wrong. But what if it's not? What if pain is simply the proof that you're evolving? Growth doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It shows up as resistance. It shows up as failure, setbacks, rejection, and long nights of frustration. That's the universe testing your commitment, asking, how badly do you really want this? Because anyone can want success when it's easy, but true growth comes from pushing forward when it hurts the most. Pain refines you. It teaches you patience, resilience, and humility. It strips away the parts of you that aren't built for the next level of your journey. It's in those moments when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you feel unseen, that your strength is being forged. You can't develop character in comfort. You can't discover your potential in peace. It's only when you're pushed to your limits that you find out how much you're truly capable of. Every tear, every setback, every moment of pain is preparing you for something greater. It's building mental armor, not to make you hard, but to make you resilient. The pain you feel today is the lesson that will guide you tomorrow. It's showing you what you can endure, how deeply you can commit, and how far you can go. You don't need to run from it. You need to learn from it, because the people who understand how to sit with pain, to process it, and to use it, they become unstoppable. The truth is, pain doesn't mean stop. It means grow. It's the weight you lift in the gym of life, the pressure that builds new strength. Every challenge you face is giving you something: perspective, discipline, endurance. Pain sharpens your focus and reminds you what truly matters. It helps you separate what's worth fighting for from what's not. So when it hurts, instead of asking, why am I? Ask, what is this teaching me? Because once you see pain as your teacher, not your enemy, everything changes. You start to realize that the very thing you thought was breaking you is actually building you. And one day, you'll look back and see that the moments that hurt the most were the moments that prepared you for everything you were meant to become. The most powerful progress you'll ever make won't happen in front of an audience. It happens when no one's around to see it. It's in the quiet moments when you choose to stay committed even though no one is clapping for you. The late nights when you're tired, but you still give a little more. The mornings when you get up even though your body wants to rest. The unseen effort, the invisible discipline, the private battles, that's where greatness is born. Everyone loves the result, but very few are willing to embrace the silence that creates it. Progress doesn't shout. It whispers through every small act of consistency that builds up over time. The truth is, success doesn't happen in the spotlight. It's built in the shadows. When you see someone winning, you're only witnessing the surface of years of invisible work. The sacrifice, the failure, the self-doubt, none of that is visible on the outside, but it's what made the victory possible. The world only notices once you've made it, but what really matters is how you act before anyone notices. Can you stay disciplined when no one's watching? Can you give your best when there's no immediate reward? That's the test that separates dreamers from doers. The silence is uncomfortable. It makes you question if what you're doing even matters. You'll start wondering if your effort is wasted because you can't see the results yet. But that's the nature of growth. It starts invisible. Like a seed buried underground, nothing seems to be happening on the surface, but deep down, roots are forming. Strength is developing, foundations are being built. And when the time is right, all that hidden work breaks through into something undeniable. Your job isn't to rush the process, it's to trust it. Every small, consistent action is compounding in ways you can't see yet. It's easy to crave recognition, to want proof that your effort is paying off. But real power comes from working without needing validation. When you can motivate yourself without applause, when you can keep showing up without anyone reminding you, that's when you've mastered self-discipline. That's when you've learned how to move from emotion to commitment. Because emotions fade, but habits last. And the habits you build in silence are the ones that define your success when the world finally notices. There's beauty in the unseen work because it's honest. No filters, no performance, no shortcuts, just you versus you. That's the battle that builds confidence. That's the place where real transformation happens. So the next time you find yourself grinding in silence, remind yourself that this is where winners are made. You're not behind, you're building. You're not invisible, you're evolving. The world may not see your progress yet, but one day it will. And when it does, it will look like overnight success, but you'll know it was years of quiet, unseen effort that made it possible. There will be days when your body is exhausted, your mind is heavy, and your heart feels like it can't take one more disappointment. Those are the moments when you'll start to question everything, your dreams, your purpose, your ability to keep going. It's in those moments that you must remember you don't have to quit, you just have to rest. Rest isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. It means you're strong enough to understand that even warriors need recovery. You can pause, you can breathe, you can step back for a moment, but you don't have to give up. The fire inside you doesn't burn out when you rest, it reignites. You just have to give yourself permission to recover without surrendering. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your goals is to slow down. Life isn't a race, it's a long journey filled with seasons. Some seasons are meant for pushing forward, and others are meant for recharging. You can't keep running on empty and expect to reach your destination. Burnout doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been trying too hard for too long without replenishing yourself. When you rest, you're not wasting time, you're gathering strength. You're letting your mind reset and your energy rebuild so you can return sharper, stronger, and more focused than before. People often confuse resting with quitting because we've been conditioned to believe that success requires nonstop motion. But success isn't about speed, it's about endurance. It's about knowing when to push and when to pause. Quitting closes the door to possibility, resting keeps it open. When you rest, you give your mind space to breathe, to reflect, and to see things from a new perspective. Many breakthroughs come in stillness, not in chaos. Some of your best ideas will come when you're resting, not when you're forcing yourself to keep going through exhaustion. There's strength in knowing your limits. There's courage in stepping back to protect your peace. Taking a break doesn't erase your progress, it protects it. The ones who achieve great things aren't the ones who never stop. They're the ones who know how to rise again after they rest. Each time you pause, you're preparing for your next step with more clarity and conviction. You're not losing momentum, you're building resilience. So, when it all feels too much, don't let the voice in your head tell you that stopping means failure. It doesn't. It means you care enough to come back stronger. You're not giving up. You're recharging your strength. You're collecting energy for the next round of growth. You can rest your body, quiet your mind, and still hold on to your purpose. Then, when you rise again, you'll realize that resting didn't set you back. It's what allowed you to move forward with greater power. Rest, then rise. That's how you win the long game. The moments when you feel like you can't go any further are often the exact moments when you're closest to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. It's hard to believe that when you're tired, frustrated, and on the verge of giving up, but that's usually when you've already done most of the hard work. The struggle gets heavier because you're nearing the edge of transformation. The resistance intensifies because you're about to step into something new. Life tests you the hardest right before it rewards you. The pain, the doubt, the exhaustion, they're all signs that you're almost there. Most people quit when things feel unbearable, not realizing that the very next effort could be the one that changes everything. You've probably had moments where you've worked hard, pushed your limits, and still felt like nothing was happening. Every obstacle is a filter. It separates the ones who want it from the ones who are willing to fight for it. You never really know how close you are when you feel like giving up. You could be one decision away, one conversation away, one effort away from everything changing. The problem is, you can't see it until you reach it. That's why you have to keep believing even when nothing seems to be working. You have to hold on to the vision when the evidence isn't there yet. The future you want is just beyond the wall of resistance you're facing now. Push through it, because what's waiting on the other side will make every painful moment worth it. Every breakthrough comes to those who stay when it's easier to walk away. The pressure, the pain, the struggle, it's not permanent. It's temporary discomfort leading to lasting growth. When you keep going despite the weight, despite the fear, despite the fatigue, you unlock something extraordinary within yourself. That's the power of perseverance. It turns your lowest moments into your greatest victories. So don't stop. The finish line is closer than it feels, and the person you'll become on the other side is worth every step it takes to get there. One day, all the long nights, the sacrifices, the failures, and the doubts will make sense. You'll look back and realize that every single struggle was preparing you for something greater. The moments that broke you also built you. The challenges that made you question yourself were shaping you into someone stronger, more grounded, and unstoppable. Every time you pushed through when it would have been easier to quit, you were building the foundation for the life you've always wanted. You may not have seen it then, but every hard step was carrying you forward. Your journey hasn't been easy, but that's exactly what makes it meaningful. You've carried weights most people can't see, and yet here you are, still standing, still fighting, still believing. That's not weakness, that's strength in its purest form. You've proven that you don't need to have it all figured out to keep moving forward. You just need to keep showing up, keep believing, and keep trusting that your effort is never wasted. The person you're becoming through all of this, the one who refuses to quit, is the person who will make your future possible. Remember this: every storm you face eventually runs out of rain. Every night, no matter how dark, always turns into morning. Whatever you're fighting through right now, it's not the end. It's the part of your story that will one day inspire someone else to keep going. Your future self is watching you right now, cheering you on, waiting for you to push a little further, to stay just a little longer, to hold on just one more time. Because that's when everything changes. That's when all the pain, all the effort, and all the faith finally come together to reveal the version of you that was always meant to rise. So don't quit now. Don't give up when you're this close. The hard days are proof that you're moving in the right direction. Growth doesn't come from comfort, it comes from courage. And you've shown more courage than you give yourself credit for. Keep fighting for the life you deserve, because the day will come when you will look back at this very moment and say, I'm glad I didn't stop. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to listen, to grow, and to keep moving forward. Your journey matters. Your effort matters. You matter. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and remember, your future self is already proud of you. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay focused, and never give up, because one day you'll thank yourself for not quitting.